And hello everyone, this is Suva, your Geek Squad resident commentator, and I am bringing you a game of the GSSL, the Geek Squad Star League. This has been going on for I think we're in the 6th week now, so it's been a little while since I have cast. I do blame that on a certain individual that I will not name for simply not sending me what I need so that I can cast. Basically replays. I don't think you guys would want me replaying my own games, because I'd probably be very critical of them, because, well, I suck. So, that kind of narrows it down. Alright, and as for those players, in the blue trunks we do have Yakarue. He is playing Protoss this game. And against him in the red trunks, also Protoss, is Callmebonjwa. That's a very interesting name. I'm probably going to call him Callme, just for short, because, well, I can do that, and I'm lazy. Again, these are both Diamond League players, I believe, so hopefully we do see a high-quality game. That is always a beautiful thing. Yeah. As for the Geek Squad Star League, again, it isn't about it. We have wrapped up 6 weeks, I believe. We've really narrowed down the format. This has been a lot of trial and error for the first season, but I will say things are going very well at this point. We play almost all the games Sunday nights. We have live streaming and commentary for at least probably 9 of the games, if not a dozen. It's a lot of fun, basically, and it's all Geek Squad and Best Buy individuals who are in it. Next season, I really hope that we are able to expand it and just get more people involved. As for the game that we do have going, basically we have pretty standard. The timings are almost the same on everything. A little bit later pylon for Yakarue, but the thing is he did get it down by the time he's had 16 probes, so it doesn't really matter. Interesting. Callme has decided not to get the cybernetic score, which means his warp gate technology will be delayed. That is very interesting, and he's just now putting down his assimilator. That is a very interesting route to go. One of the things that means is he will be able to pump out a couple zealots, but his economy will be booming because of that. He's never skipped probes, and so he'll have a major economy lead because of that. On Yakarue's side, we do see that this is actually a stolen assimilator, so if he had any plans to actually get that second gas going, that's going to be put on hold for the time being. The Zealot's going to be working on that, and he's probably going to get this, as soon as he gets his soccer out, he's going to be getting to work on that as well, so that he can get his second gas going. Chrono boosting up his warp core, just held off a minute ago. You do have 70 energy on that Nexus. Would like to see that reduced a little bit, keep that chrono boost going. There we go, very nice. And this will allow him finally to get that second gas going. And Callme was looking for that probe that he knew was hanging around, and oh, he probably scouted this a little bit earlier. No, yep, he did see it beforehand, so that was a good move on his part, probably when he walked right by here. Very slick little move here, because if that had been unnoticed, he could have brought his group up here, up to the ramp that's right here, and then warped right into the base. That would have been a huge advantage. Another proxy pylon for Yakarue. I'm really questioning where he's putting it, because as long as a zealot is brought out, he's going to see that right away. Callme will notice that. Right here, he's going to notice this. Oh, did he miss that? No, he did see it just in the edge of his vision. Again, that's a very interesting spot to put that. Oh, we got some stalker on stalker. This is very interesting, because he wants to focus this down so he can't warp in anything else. But he does want to make sure that he doesn't allow any stalkers in, and that's a lot of zealots. If we do look at the unit tab, they are even at 22, 23-ish probes apiece, 1 gas, so their economy is sitting about even. We do have 3 gates, 4 gates up for Yakarue, and he is getting that Twilight Council going. With the amount of units he does have, he probably is going to go for early Blink Stalker. A good Blink Stalker kind of timing push can be very effective. The main reason behind that is the fact that suddenly you can basically, if your micro is very good, especially against the Zealot army, they'll never touch you. And so you can just get free kills in non-stop if you really pay attention to what you're doing. As we can see, his Callme has gotten his expansion up and going, and if he can secure this and get it going, he will have a major economic lead over Yakarue. Callme does have a forge up, which I would like to think he's going to use for some upgrades. A big thing people like doing is getting those actually armor upgrades for the Zealots. That makes them survive so much longer. It's amazing. Warp Gate research just finishing up, and he is transforming his 2 gateways. And he does have 2 more gateways coming up, a 4-gate, but with his expansion, that's just kind of normal. And it appears he is using that forge to call in a cannon or 2 for his front door. That's very good for reinforcement, especially against those stalkers. Got a probe coming down, wants to probably put a proxy pylon in. He'd be much better if you tossed it over here, possibly. Because again, if you put it in this area, as soon as he moves out, he's going to see this pylon. It's a very rough spot. And this is a lot of pressure coming in at once. Again, now Blink is on the way. It's very close. Within 10 seconds, it should be up and going. Well, 10 seconds our time. We know Blizzard has a really weird, warped mentality when it comes to time. And it will be a 4-gate versus 4-gate. And typically when that occurs, well, who's ever on defense a lot of times has the advantage, especially with a couple cannons up. A lot of this is going to be a lot of Callme trying to bait his opponent into those cannons. That's where his real advantage is. But if he can just hold this off, his economy will allow him to get a lot further. And oh, I'm not really sure that those force fields were very good, because they are allowing the Zealots to get into the main of his army. Oh, and these Zealots, very bad spot to warp in. Again, the problem with this is going to be taken out while these Zealots act as meat shields, and suddenly this push is stopped. And in the end, what do we have? We have an economy that does have 2 bases up and running. Not too much saturation, but definitely more 2-base saturation than Yakarue has. Yakarue is forced to pull back, and he will probably be getting... Yep, he just put down a Nexus now. One good thing to always do is when you're pushing out is to expand. That's a great time because you know you're not going to get pressure. That is a large force right there that's moving in. Yakarue's going to find himself on the defensive really quick. One thing he's doing that I like is he is trying to get a robotics bay up and going. If he can get those immortals out, they just wreak havoc on the stalkers. We do have, actually, ground weapon number 1 is finished for Yakarue. That's going to make a significant advantage in this. He did force a cancellation on the expansion. That's huge. With these 2 sentries, though, there's really no way that he can get up this. If he does the force fields properly, he can't get up this ramp. That is one thing that all Protoss have issues with, or actually anybody have issues with against Protoss, is when they're on one base, if they are paying attention with those sentries, they cannot get up that ramp. It's very difficult. And due to his economy starting to boom, he is dropping down another couple gates, and the way he's using this, he's basically